Hey guys, Al Fanmade with TVRG Homes. With me I have Erin Myers with Intercostal Mortgage.
Hey guys.
So what a lot of people I talked to recently, with the market the way it is being super competitive, they're going away from the traditional resale home more towards new construction homes. What a lot of those people also don't know is we can help you with those as well.
100%.
Yeah, so like we do things like I would do things like negotiate the price, incentives, the list goes on. So on Erin's side of things, she can also help you with those as well.
Al, you're totally right. So this past year, it's been crazy, and besides all of the COVID craziness, the Burruss Team has noticed a huge increase in our new home sale contracts. And a lot of people don't know that Josh and I are on several new home construction sites. We work with the builders as preferred lenders, so we get a lot of swings at the whole idea of the new home sales. And we've definitely seen the numbers go up this past year just because of how competitive the market's been, which is kind of what you were saying, right? So it's always nice to work with a familiar referral partner that is helping to represent the clients, right, Al? So this was a great idea, perfect timing, because we know we're currently working together with that client who you help negotiate all that with their builder, and we were actually able to help them get a great rate and help them go under contract as well. So I'm happy to answer some questions about the new home sales process. I think there's a lot of questions that potential buyers have out there, and maybe other agents that aren't as familiar with new home construction. Kind of, it's a different animal, and kind of what that looks like.
Yeah, so one question that I have personally is, so what's the difference between a traditional resale home and a new home sale?
So that's probably the biggest question is what are the likes and what are the differences. So most of the things are very similar. So when you do new home construction with a popular builder that's not a true custom builder, so think of a Beezer Homes or NV Homes or Ryan Homes, any of those popular builders, it's considered construction, but the loan process is actually considered a traditional purchase. Okay, so it's a traditional, that type of product, whereas you're not doing a true construction loan. So that's probably the biggest difference. I'd say the biggest question I get from buyers when they're working with new home sales is, when do I get to lock in my rate? And that's, rates are so low right now, that's on everyone's mind, right? So that's probably the biggest difference. Traditionally, when do clients lock in their interest rate? It's right when they get the contract, right? So at the very beginning of the process. Well, when you're working with the builder, you go under contract, but you're not going to be locking your rate in initially, right? So you're going to get pre-qualified, and you're going to be able, to give the thumbs up to the builder. Yes, start building this home for me, but you're not going to lock your interest rate in until you're much closer to settlement. And traditionally, that's once you're within the 60-day mark of settlement. And why is that? Well, think about it. It takes a good 7, 8, 9 months to build a house. It would be extremely expensive to lock your rate for that long, right? So every day that your rate's locked, someone's incurring costs to save you at that rate. So one of the things that we do is we really help gauge the expectation with the buyers of what does the market look like, what are the trends we're seeing, and really help them feel comfortable around that, because it's a shift in mindset to not lock your rate in initially, especially given how great the market is right now.
So it's basically the same. Would you still go under the appraisal and underwriting and things like that?
Absolutely. So the documents that you're going to need are the same. W-2s, tax returns, income verification, asset verification, all of that. You have to get pre-qualified, for the loan, just like you would with a regular purchase. The appraisal, you have to have the house appraised, so that's the same. When the appraisal happens might be a little bit of a difference. Obviously, you're not going to send an appraiser out initially. You're going to send an appraiser out when the home is, typically 90% complete. But we're still looking to have the house appraised, which is, protection for the lender and obviously for the buyers as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
One last thing is, so is a new home sale the same as a construction loan? Because I know like you're building, it might be constructing. Is it
Great
those
question.
two the same thing?
That's a great question. And until I was working with the Burruss Team, I probably wouldn't have known the difference either. So new home sales, like I said earlier, is a traditional purchase. So the process may look slightly different than what you would think, but it's very different than a true custom build, where you're working with a custom builder. you have a draw schedule, there's plans and specs. When you're working with new home sales, you know, a builder like that, you have some different options to choose from, but there's a limitation to how custom you can get, right? If you're doing a true construction loan, you're going to be choosing every tiny little decision, right? And you're in a different type of loan. There's a draw schedule. We do those kinds of loans too. We have a full construction department here that's run by one of my favorite people, Jonathan Kennard, and we do a great job. We do a ton of construction business every year, but it is very different than new home sales. But if you want to learn more about custom build, maybe that's another video we could do.
Yeah, so thank you, Erin, for all that. If you have any questions for either Erin or myself, I'll leave our contact information below. And then until next time, thank you guys.
Yeah, and thanks guys, good to see you. You can always follow the Burruss Team on our Facebook page. You can also follow us on Instagram. I like to put little pieces of information, little things that are happening in the market just to stay up to date, and hope everyone's doing well.
That info will be down in the description as well.
Thanks guys.
Thank you.